wiggle my toes. I wiggle my shoulders. I wiggle my nose. Now no more wiggles are left in me, so I can sit as still as can be. Are all your wiggles gone? Yeah? Good job. Very good. Okay, so I have somebody raise their hand and tell me what letter we're talking about. Boston, what letter are we talking about? X. And what's the theme? Raise your hand. Jason. That's the sound, right? Is that the sound it makes? Now what's the theme? What can you guys remember the theme? Yes. X-ray? That was our secret word, isn't it? Can you guys remember this word? Xylophone. It's kind of a tricky word. And we're also talking about music, right? Yeah? Okay, so I have this fun book to read to all of you today. And it's called Meet the Orchestra. Okay? Got some fun pictures. And it is written by Anne Case. So let's have our listening ears on, okay? Okay, here we go. I'll make sure that everyone sees the pictures, all right? The orchestra plays tonight. The audience has arrived, and the musicians are coming on stage with their instruments. What a lot of different kinds they play. Strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion. Those are some big words. We'll talk about those, okay? I'll show you. Don't worry. Okay, this first one's called the violin. Players with like instruments sit together in families. The violin belongs to the string family, along with the viola, the cello, and the big string bass. You play all of these with a bow or pluck them with your fingers. The violin is the smallest of the string instruments. Its song can be bright as laughter, light as air, soft as a whisper, or sad as a tear. Spencer.
Why sad as a tear?
I don't know, that's what it sounds like maybe. This next one is called the viola. These are some funny words, huh? As instruments get bigger, their voices get lower. The viola looks and sounds like a big brother to the violin. It has a deeper tone reminding you of evening shadows, cloudy skies, and the color blue. See that? See that monkey? It's playing it. Yeah, bring it.
I can see the items. My cousin played the viola.
Really?
Where's the monkey?
He's playing it.
I think.
I'm going to read this book, then I can answer questions, okay? This next one's called the cello. It's bigger. See that? You can't tuck a cello under your chin the way you do a violin or viola. It is too big. You must rest it on the floor. The cello's rich, mellow voice speaks of deep feelings like joy and sadness. It can remind you of the calm beauty of drifting swan and the color purple. That's what it sounds like. Okay. This next one's called the string bass. It's really big. The string bass is the grandpa of the string family. It is so tall that you must stand or sit on a high stool to play it. When bowed, its low notes moan and groan. When plucked, its booming sound helps other musicians keep the beat. See those? They all kind of look the same, huh? But they're different sizes. The flute. This belongs to the woodwind family, along with a piccolo, oboe, bassoon, and clarinet. You blow into these instruments to play them. At one time, all of them were made of wood. Today, they often are made of silver or gold. See that? Larson. This next one is a piccolo. See the otter? The little otter's playing this little piccolo. Can you guys say that word? Piccolo? Piccolo. It's kind of fun to say, huh? The piccolo, little sister to the flute, loves attention and always gets it. This tiny flute is so shrill you can't help hearing it. Its high notes almost pierce your eardrums. Yet everyone loves the piccolo because it has such a great sense of fun.
It sounds like
I'll do it later, okay? This next one's the oboe. See that big tiny bear playing the oboe? Let's find out what it sounds like. The oboe has a mouthpiece made of reed. The reed can be fussy and troublesome. Then it honks like a goose with a bad cold. That's silly, huh? But usually the oboe can be trusted. The oboe plays that single note to which the whole orchestra tunes just before the concert begins. Its voice may remind you of a faraway castle at sunset and autumn leaves. See that? See it over there?
I have a doppel bear like that.
Really? Okay, bassoon. Can you all say that? Bassoon.
Bassoon.
This big, huge, long, it's almost like a balloon, but with an S. Bassoon. That's what this big, long instrument is. See, that's kind of very splendid. Panda? Polar. Polar bear. Okay, the bassoon is like a large folded oboe. It also has a reed mouthpiece. Its voice, like its name, has kind of a loneliness. Yet the bassoon can also be playful. It chats and chuckles with other instruments. You often hear it chugging along like a tough little engine. Can you almost see the puffs of smoke coming out the top? Kind of like a little train. See that? Okay, on to the next one. Next one is clarinet.
I have a clarinet.
Right. Here are two different clarinets. The straight one is nimble and quick. It tootles.
I got the straight one.
Squidward, that's a quick clarinet.
I got a straight.
The straight one is nimble and quick. It tootles up and down the scale, never tripping over a note. Its cool tone melts in your ears, just like ice cream melts in your mouth. Okay, this other one's a clarinet, but this one is a long clarinet that's bent up at both ends. Its low, slow notes may remind you of clouds drifting across the moon or a snake swaying to a snake charmer's music. See those? See how they're a little bit different?
But they're the same.
Hey, this one, look how funny this one looks. It's all coiled up and turned. This one's called a French horn. Make way for the brass family, the powerhouse of the orchestra. Even when they play softly, you can sense a huge cat crouched to scream. The brass do not have reed mouthpieces. Your lips buzz against the instrument, the middle mouthpiece, to produce the sound. The tubes of the horn magnify as a bullhorn magnifies an announcer's voice. The French horn is like a big bright bell at the end of a long, thin tube. The tube is coiled, so the horn can be played with one hand on the valves. Right up here, see his hand up there? One hand on the valves, lost my place, and the other inside the bell. The hand inside softens the sound. The French horn has many voices. It can calm you with a gentle tone or thrill you with its gallant hunting call. See those pictures? Trumpet. See this monkey playing the trumpet? The trumpet's shorter tube makes it look easier to play than some of the fancier brass, but is it? No, said the trumpeteers. You must work just as hard to learn it. The trumpet's call is noble and exciting. It can remind you of flags flying, soldiers marching, and a royal person entering a great hall. Tuba. The tuba has a huge bell and a very long tube. Do you remember that the bigger strings have a deeper voice? The same is true of the horns. The bigger ones make lower sounds. The tuba seldom carries